Okay, so for my project, what I did was create a tool that was capable of defining all the headers inside of a zip archive structure. So it'll list the local file headers, the central directory headers, and then the end of central directory header. And if there are any miscounts, in other words, if there are more local headers than there are central directory headers, it's going to check the delta and check for the missing central directory header, because that was what occurred in our CTFs for this assignment. And so ultimately that's the goal here. And now I'd like to demonstrate how it actually works. Okay, so now that I'm actually inside of my project, let's go ahead and run this Python script and see what it does. So off the bat, you can see that it requires some sort of input, and the input I'm going to use for demonstration purposes is a hidden.zip file. So I'm going to go back to the central directory here, and I'm going to execute this Python script on sample hidden.zip. So now you can see that it performed an analysis on this archive. It'll show you all the the local file headers. It'll show you all of its fields. And it'll also show you all the central directory file headers and all of its fields. At the end here, we could see that there's a missing central directory header for this offset, which is this one. And the file that appears to be missing has this strange name here. So what we can do is re-execute the command, but add a F flag at the end in order to fix it. So once we do that, we get the output that we just seen. But now we see for the end here that it actually inserted the missing record. So I'm going to take a look at this archive. This is what it was previously. And we could see that the file that was previously hidden is now here. And this was where we started. And you could see that the file is actually missing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually try something I haven't done before. I anticipate it actually works, but let's give it a go. Hidden. So I believe that this is also an archive. Up here, I believe this one is encrypted. So in this circumstance, we weren't able to get into it. But we can see that there is this extra field in the local file header for that file. So usually stuff like this can come in handy. So what we'll do is we'll open this with 7-zip file manager. We'll enter the password and get the secret document. So thus that concludes my project. You can find missing central directory headers fairly autonomously. This solved the lab, but also this project is a good start if you would like to check for maybe other tamperings with zip archive file structures. Research online shows that there are softwares that require licensing in order to do even something simple like this. So this is open source and free for anyone to use.